New York City. We're here because we're mixing. It's freaking cold. We're in Central Park. Actually, I'm in Central Park. Nobody else is here. Brad's asleep. I love saying that. We're mixing with Andy Wallace. He mixed Hybrid Theory. He mixed the first record.
Andy doesn't fit the mold of what you might expect of a mixer to be working with young, cutting-edge groups. He is the guy who's been doing it for so long that he just is an expert. Andy mixed Nevermind by Nirvana.
When you're recording, you're doing a different track for every sound. Some of our songs have ended up being 60-plus tracks because we've got so many sounds and so many things going into them. And then it comes time at the end of it all to balance it, you know? If you just turned everything up to 11, you'd have a car wreck. And that's what Andy does. He decides how loud things should be in the context of the whole song.
A really good mixer knows which tracks to emphasize. So in Andy's case, he knows that the guitars should be the loudest instrument at all times. Funny thing about saying Mike and I are here mixing the album, we're not really doing anything.
We're working. Andy will come in and work for a few hours and make everything sound awesome, and then we just come in and just do some little things to taste. Notes. He mixes a perfect song, and we come in and we ruin it.
I have just a really ridiculously nitpicky thing.
That's all right.
Can we just scratch all the vocals of the song?
Brad and I think, are probably the two guys in the band who are most picky about mixing. So that's why on all the mixing stuff you'll see it's just me and Brad here with Andy. Are our samples not evenly spaced from one another? Because the delay, maybe it's just the tone of the
Every other hit, there's a slight difference in the timing. You set it up with a lot of regeneration on it, where it keeps going dunk, 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 and doesn't really decay out, or doesn't decay out much. One hit seems to lock up exactly right, so when you hear the next hit, it's right on time. And the next one seems to be just a slight bit off. The reality is, in the music, you're not going to hear that discrepancy.
We've got two sets of speakers here, the Genelecs and the Yamahas, and the Genelecs are a little bassier, they're just a little different. So we just check it through both just because you can hear a little bit of a difference.
I do a check on headphones so that when somebody listens to it in their car, it'll sound more like this. But when somebody listens in their Walkman or whatever, it'll sound more like this. You notice that things haven't changed. Brad's still always on the phone, no matter what we're doing. So we do it when we're done with the mix because we want to be prepared for having to put the songs together to play a show. Steve and I make a DAP of all our samples and whatnot, and we put those together for Joe's vinyl. So everything he's scratching and everything he's playing on his records, rather than being something he bought at the store, they're sounds that we made. When you work on a song for 9 months to 12 months, at this point you're just going, please tell me you like it, because I don't want to work on it anymore.
Being a perfectionist is not a good thing, because perfection is an unachievable goal. What you really want to do is strive for greatness, and you need to be able to let go and just realize that you're not going to be able to make something perfect. The best part about the recording process is that there's usually a deadline, and that forces you at a certain point just to relinquish control and put out your work to the world to hear.